In a world filled with turmoil and unrest, today's top stories reveal the ongoing tensions and conflicts shaping our future. From the recent escalation in the Middle East to the economic ramifications of major layoffs in tech, the news is both alarming and crucial. Here are today's top 10 stories you need to know. Tensions between the United States and Iran have surged following the abrupt cancellation of peace talks by President Trump. This decision has dashed hopes for a diplomatic resolution to the ongoing conflict, which has already seen significant military engagement. The cancellation was attributed to Trump's assertion that Iran's offers were insufficient, marking a setback in international relations. Historically, U.S.-Iran relations have been fraught, especially since the 2015 nuclear agreement was abandoned. The current situation reflects deep-rooted mistrust, with both sides harboring grievances that complicate negotiations. Observers note that this escalation could lead to further military confrontations in the region, particularly given Iran's continued advancements in its nuclear program. The geopolitical implications are vast, as allies and foes alike reassess their strategies in light of the faltering diplomacy. Analysts warn that without a renewed dialogue, the risks of miscalculations and unintended escalations grow exponentially. Iran has vowed to respond to any perceived aggression, raising concerns about potential proxy conflicts across the Middle East. As nations evaluate their positions, the potential for a new phase of conflict looms large. The international community now faces the pressing challenge of reestablishing diplomatic channels to prevent further deterioration of relations, with the coming weeks likely critical in determining the trajectory of U.S.-Iran interactions. In a surprising turn of events, President Trump has canceled the highly anticipated peace talks with Iran, a decision that has sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. Originally scheduled to address concerns over Iran's nuclear program, the talks were viewed as a potential pivot in U.S.-Iran relations, following years of escalating tensions. However, Trump cited inadequate Iranian proposals and the high costs associated with the negotiations as reasons for the abrupt cancellation. This decision raises significant questions about the future of U.S. engagement in the Middle East and the effectiveness of current foreign policy strategies. Analysts suggest that the cancellation could embolden hardliners in Tehran, who may perceive this as a validation of their confrontational stance. The failure to engage in dialogue may lead to increased hostilities, undermining ongoing efforts to stabilize a region already fraught with conflict. Furthermore, this setback complicates the U.S.'s relationships with European allies, who favor diplomatic solutions. As tensions rise, the international community must grapple with the fallout of this diplomatic failure. Looking ahead, both nations face a critical juncture where they must reconsider their strategies with the hope that future negotiations can still be pursued to avert further escalation. Wildfires have ravaged communities across Georgia, leaving dozens of homes in ashes and countless families displaced. The relentless flames have spread rapidly, fueled by a combination of dry weather conditions and strong winds, making containment efforts increasingly difficult. Local emergency services have been working around the clock to battle the blazes, but the scale of destruction has prompted authorities to issue evacuation orders in several vulnerable areas. Many residents are now faced with the heartbreaking task of salvaging their belongings while grappling with the uncertainty of their futures. This crisis has ignited deeper conversations regarding environmental management and the pressing impacts of climate change. As the fires consume vast stretches of land, the long-term implications for local ecosystems and wildlife are dire. The state has mobilized resources to assist those affected, but the road to recovery will be arduous and prolonged. Experts emphasize the urgent need for improved preparedness and enhanced fire prevention strategies moving forward. The resilience of these communities will be vital as they come together to rebuild, underscoring the importance of proactive measures in the face of increasingly severe wildfire seasons. Severe weather has wreaked havoc in Oklahoma, with tornado clusters touching down and causing extensive damage to homes and infrastructure. Reports indicate that multiple tornadoes formed in quick succession, leading to chaos as residents sought shelter from the destructive winds. Emergency services have been deployed to assess the damage and assist those affected by the storms. The National Weather Service has issued warnings for continued severe weather across the region, urging residents to remain vigilant. The aftermath of the tornadoes has left many communities grappling with power outages and damaged roads. Recovery efforts are underway, but the scale of destruction raises concerns about preparedness for such extreme weather events. Meteorologists emphasize that climate change is contributing to the frequency and intensity of these storms, highlighting the urgent need for better infrastructure and disaster response systems. As Oklahoma begins to recover, the focus will be on rebuilding and ensuring safety for future storms. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, has announced a significant workforce reduction, laying off 10% of its employees. This decision comes amid ongoing challenges in the tech industry, including rising operational costs and a slowdown in advertising revenue. The layoffs reflect broader trends within the sector, where many companies are facing economic pressures and reassessing their business models. Meta's decision to cut jobs has raised concerns about the future of the tech workforce and the potential for further layoffs across the industry. Analysts suggest that these cuts may be a strategic move to streamline operations and focus on core areas of growth. The impact of these layoffs is expected to ripple through the economy, particularly in regions heavily reliant on tech jobs. As Meta seeks to regain its footing, the question remains, how will this affect innovation and competition in the tech landscape? The company is now tasked with navigating these challenges while maintaining its position as a leader in the industry. The annual White House Correspondents' Dinner was abruptly interrupted by gunshots, creating chaos among attendees. This shocking incident has raised serious questions about security protocols at high-profile events. Authorities quickly responded to the scene, ensuring the safety of those present while investigating the source of the gunfire. Initial reports suggest that the situation was a targeted attack, leading to heightened concerns over political violence in the United States. As details continue to emerge, the implications for public safety and political discourse are profound. The incident has sparked debates on the need for stricter security measures at political events, as well as the broader issue of rising violence in American society. In light of this event, officials are reevaluating security strategies for future gatherings, aiming to prevent such incidents from occurring again. This situation serves as a grim reminder of the volatile nature of the current political climate and the urgent need for comprehensive safety plans. President Trump is set to host King Charles for an upcoming state visit, marking a significant moment in U.S.-UK relations. This visit is expected to cover a range of topics, including trade agreements and international security. The meeting comes at a time when both nations are navigating complex global challenges, and the discussions are anticipated to focus on strengthening bilateral ties. Observers are keen to see how this visit will shape future collaborations between the two countries. As Trump prepares for the visit, questions arise about the potential for new initiatives and cooperative efforts in addressing pressing issues such as climate change and economic stability. The state visit is also viewed as an opportunity for both leaders to showcase their commitment to working together on the global stage. As the date approaches, the world watches closely to see the outcomes of this high-profile diplomatic engagement. Germany has unveiled a new strategy aimed at becoming Europe's strongest military power by 2039. This ambitious plan outlines significant investments in defense capabilities and modernization of military infrastructure. The announcement comes amid growing security concerns in Europe, particularly in light of recent geopolitical tensions. Germany's commitment to enhancing its military presence raises questions about the future of NATO and the balance of power in the region. As European countries reassess their defense strategies, Germany's move could lead to a shift in military dynamics. The implications of this strategy extend beyond Europe, as global powers monitor Germany's intentions and capabilities. Analysts suggest that increased military strength could foster more robust collaboration within NATO, but may also provoke reactions from neighboring countries. The next steps will be crucial in determining how this strategy unfolds and its potential impact on international security. Tensions between Israel and Hezbollah have escalated, with reports of renewed strikes along the border. This increase in hostilities has raised alarms about the potential for a broader conflict in the region. Both sides have exchanged fire, leading to casualties and heightened military readiness. The ongoing situation underscores the fragile nature of peace in the area and the risks posed by militant groups. As the international community calls for restraint, there are concerns about the humanitarian impact on civilians caught in the crossfire. Diplomats are urging both parties to return to dialogue to prevent further escalation. The situation remains volatile, and the possibility of a larger military confrontation looms. Observers are closely monitoring developments, as the outcome could significantly affect regional stability. The need for a diplomatic resolution has never been more pressing, as both sides brace for potential consequences. The Department of Justice has authorized the use of firing squads for executions, a controversial decision that has sparked widespread debate across the nation. This policy change comes amid ongoing discussions about the ethics of capital punishment and the methods used for executions. Advocates for and against the death penalty are voicing their opinions, with many expressing concern over the implications for human rights. Proponents argue that firing squads may provide a more humane alternative to lethal injection, which has faced numerous challenges and complications. However, opponents contend that this method raises moral and ethical questions about state-sanctioned violence. The decision has drawn attention from lawmakers and civil rights organizations who are calling for a reevaluation of capital punishment practices. As the nation grapples with this contentious issue, the future of the death penalty remains uncertain. The DOJ's move will undoubtedly have lasting implications for the justice system and societal views on punishment. Thank you for watching our news recap today. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.